Hi guys, this is Adetunji Adesina for trendonomicsng.com. Welcome to this week's Forex trading market review and setup. What an interesting week in the FX space in last week's trading sessions. We saw an interesting rally in the dollar index. As we saw, the dollar index appreciated sharply from the open. It had at 92.55. It got to as high as 93.83 and but eventually closed at 93.66. But interestingly, we saw the dollar index, the weekly time frame, touch the moving average, AMA moving average. So again, let us also look at what another interesting instrument in the week. We saw the US government bonds 10-year yield also appreciated sharply. So the rise in the 10-year yield saw a corresponding rise in the dollar index. So interestingly, we noted that we saw gold fell break a trading range. This is an interesting commodity to look out for. So we saw gold broke a trading range that has been trading within for a while. It has been trading within the high of 13.57 resistance and low of 1306 support. But in last week's trading session, precisely in the second trading day of the week, gold broke the support downward and we saw a sharp downward fall in gold. But eventually, for 3 consecutive days thereafter, we had seen an indecision in the commodity. Let's see, is this a strategic point for us to have a good to take note of in gold? So what I did was to place my Fibonacci extension from this high to this low, the high of from the high of 1364.75 to the low of 13001, and we noted that gold actually finds support at the Fibonacci extension zone of 116.2% and 127.22%, which is around the zone of the zone of 1284.7 and 1290. So in last week we saw a break down below the support, a critical support within the range, and gold now find support at the Fibonacci extension, which is actually a profit taking zone. Interestingly, in order to have a bigger perspective, remember we saw the dollar index appreciated greatly in the week, and we saw that the dollar index actually broke above a critical resistance zone, which I actually drew this horizontal line, rectangular line, and we see it now presently at this level. So my interest now is the trade opportunity in a commodity like gold. But let us also have a bigger perspective to where gold is. Remember, we said this level is just Fibonacci extension zone of the high of 1367 and the low of 1301. So, but it's also interesting to note is that I had to connect my Fibonacci level to this uptrend to see where exactly are we in this region trend structure. Looking at it critically, so this is a confluence of Fibonacci zone. Looking at it critically, this is a 38.2 Fibonacci retracement zone of the uptrend of 136.5 high and low of 1240.27. So we see that this is a Fibonacci extension zone of this downtrend and also a retracement zone of this uptrend. So it's actually a critical level for us to be. So what are we expecting in the coming week in a commodity like gold? First off, we expect to see an upside pullback in gold from this level of 127 12992 to the support that was breached at 1305.87. So we expect to see a pullback to this zone, where thereafter we'll now watch the price action to see whatever structure it has. But technically, what we expect to see is that a pullback from 1292 to 1305, and thereafter we could now see a resumption in the downtrend to 1271. But a break back above the 1306 would also see us back within the trading range that we had seen in gold for the past 4 or 5 months. So interestingly, now two things to take note from here. One, you have seen the dollar index find resistance and the 100 EMA having breached a resistance zone, and now the dollar index is trading at 93.66. Note also that we're seeing the US Treasury bills weekly time frame also at slightly above the 3% point, which is now trading at 3.06 basis points. So, and we would say that a rise in the yield, 10-year yield especially, will see a rise in the dollar index. And what would now be the effect? We expect gold to have a pullback from where it is now. Remember, it is an extension level of this downtrend, and also a retracement level of this uptrend. So what do we expect? We expect a pullback to 1305, and thereafter we watch the price structure or the price action to see if there is a reversal candle formation at this level, which will now signal a resumption in downtrend to this upward sloping trend line, which we first of all act as our profit taking point for the downside, which is around 1271. But a close above this with the 1305 means that we are back within the trading range, and we would likely see more trading range within this zone. Thank you and happy trading day.